Step into the realm of Lumen Spiritus, the light of spirit, a channel dedicated to exploring spirituality and the esoteric. Join us on a journey of enlightenment and discovery as we delve into the mysteries of the unseen. In this video, we uncover the enigmatic roots of Halloween, tracing its origins from ancient Celtic rituals to modern-day festivities. Explore the mystical connections and intriguing traditions behind this globally celebrated holiday. This video is filled with intriguing and thought-provoking facts, so don't hesitate to hit pause or to watch it again. Plus, you'll find additional insights, book links, and our top 10 videos from Lumen Spiritus in the video description below for further exploration. Have you ever wondered where the tradition of Halloween really comes from? Many of us revel in the revelry of Halloween, a night of costumes, candies, and camaraderie. We carve pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, decorate our houses with spooky ornaments, and delight in the thrill of trick-or-treating. But beneath these playful antics lies a history far more complex and intriguing than you might imagine. You see, Halloween is not just a night of harmless fun. It's a tradition steeped in mystery, a tapestry woven from threads of ancient rituals, spiritual beliefs, and cultural practices. Its roots reach back across centuries, entwining themselves with the occult and the arcane. Halloween, as we know it, is but a shadow of its former self, a modern incarnation of a tradition that has been shaped and reshaped by the passing of time. As we peel back the layers of time, we venture into the shadowy past of this celebrated tradition. Our journey begins in the ancient Celtic lands, over 2,000 years ago. The Celtic people, deeply connected to the natural world, celebrated their new year on November 1st. This day marked not only the end of the bountiful summer harvest, but also the beginning of the cold, bleak winter, a time of year often associated with death. In the midst of this transition, the Celts observed a festival known as Samhain, pronounced Samhain. Samhain was a time when it was believed that the veil between our world and the world of the spirits and fairies was at its thinnest. This allowed the spirits of those who had died during the previous year to cross over and communicate with the living. The occult significance of Samhain is profound. It was a time when the Celts sought to appease these spirits, offering food and drink to ensure their protection during the long, dark winter months. They would light bonfires, and participants would often wear costumes, typically consisting of animal heads and skins, in an attempt to mimic and connect with the supernatural entities. A peculiar custom of this festival was the Dumb Supper. This was a meal eaten in total silence, an extra place set at the table for the departed loved ones, inviting them to join in the feast. Divination was also a common practice during Samhain, with rituals performed to predict future events, often concerning death and marriage. But beyond the costumes, bonfires, and feasting, Samhain was fundamentally a time of respect and reverence for the dead. It was a moment for the Celts to come to terms with the mortality that winter symbolized, and to honor those who had moved on from this earthly existence. As the Romans conquered Celtic lands, so too did they assimilate and transform the festival of Samhain. The Romans, with their pantheon of gods and their own festivals of the dead, left an indelible mark on the celebration of Samhain. As the power of Rome extended over the Celtic lands, Roman festivals began to intermingle with the local traditions. Two of these, Feralia and Pomona, would have a profound influence on the evolution of Samhain. Feralia was a public festival, observed in late February, dedicated to the Manes, the spirits of the deceased. Roman citizens would make offerings at the tombs of their loved ones, a practice not too dissimilar from the Celtic tradition of leaving food and drink for wandering spirits on Samhain night. Then there was Pomona, a festival dedicated to the Roman goddess of the same name. Pomona was the goddess of fruits and seeds, particularly apples. It's believed that the tradition of bobbing for apples, still popular today, originated from this festival. As the Roman Empire grew, so too did Christianity. The Christian Church saw these pagan traditions as a threat and sought to replace them with their own. Thus, over time, the festival of Samhain began to lose its pagan roots and was gradually Christianized into All Saints' Day, a day to honor all the saints and martyrs. The night before All Saints' Day was known as All Hallows' Eve. Over the centuries, All Hallows' Eve contracted to Halloween and eventually Halloween. The festival retained many of its earlier elements, the costumes, the bonfires, the offerings, but they were now seen through a Christian lens. The Romans, the Celts, and the Christian Church each left their own unique imprint on this ancient festival. But as the festival of Halloween traveled through time and space, it continued to evolve and adapt, absorbing new influences along the way. But as Halloween crossed the Atlantic and reached the shores of America, it would undergo yet another transformation. In the New World, Halloween took on a life of its own. As the settlers from Europe arrived in America, they brought along their harvest festivals and traditions, one of which was Halloween. The essence of this celebration, however, morphed dramatically over time. The solemn rituals of the past gave way to the joyous carnival of the present. Today, Halloween is a night of masquerade, where children and adults alike disguise themselves in fanciful costumes, and the streets come alive with the laughter of trick-or-treaters. Homes and public spaces transform into eerie spectacles, adorned with carved pumpkins and faux spiderwebs. Horror-themed parties are all the rage, with people reveling in the thrill of fear and fantasy. Yet, amidst all the merriment, there's been a resurgence of interest in the occult origins of Halloween. The modern era, with its fascination for the mystical and the arcane, has seen a revival of ancient practices and rituals. The echoes of ancient rituals and occult practices still resonate in our modern celebration of Halloween. So as you don your costume and carve your pumpkin this Halloween, remember the ancient roots of this tradition. Every flickering jack-o'-lantern, every ghostly costume, every sticky candy corn you relish is a nod to a history steeped in the occult. A journey that began in the mystic cradle of the Celts was molded by Roman influence and has now been embraced and reshaped by the modern world. The echoes of the past reverberate in every Halloween celebration. They whisper tales of ancient spirits, of harvest festivals, of remembrance and appeasement. If this piques your curiosity, there are countless resources to delve deeper into this fascinating history. For instance, you might find The Pagan Book of Halloween by Jarena Dunwich, an interesting read, or perhaps Halloween, An American Holiday, An American History by Leslie Bannatyne will catch your fancy. Who knew that behind the masks and candies lies a tale as old as time itself? There is a plethora of fascinating and mind-bending topics coming to our channel, so don't forget to subscribe to Lumen Spiritus and hit the notification bell for even more captivating mysteries. Stay tuned for our next video.